Greetings and salutation, friends. Welcome to another episode with me, Turing79. What is cheating in Minecraft? Is TNT duping cheating? Is using spectator mode cheating? Can you legitimately claim you're playing vanilla Minecraft when there are things like a resettable entity and random mob heads? What about other mods like lighting overlay and shulker tooltips? Are they considered cheating? With single player going to certain things like changing the difficulty level, is that cheating? What about various game models such as Firetick and changing your world spawn? Is that cheating? What about things like volume and graphical settings? Changing those cheating? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, this is me now. This is me. I turn around, I do the swipey on the witches. The witch drops go into here. Including heads, and down here I've got birch growing for the birch farm. Now, last night we had a thing happen, not a major thing, not really an issue at all or anything, but in order to help reduce entity counts and lag and everything, the instant despawn radius or the instant spawn radius, or something's happened with spawns, I don't know, but it's now 96 instead of 128, so my new AFK platform has had to come down like 30 or so blocks, so I need to take this bit down here. One of the things I would like to do at the start of this episode, though, I think would be take a trip to the shopping district and see if we can mark out a plot for because we're getting the sticks, we're getting the gold. Apparently we're getting those things up there. Redstone, glass bottles, things. The only thing we're not getting, or we haven't got yet, is the gunpowder, and that is simply because the gunpowder I am keeping for myself, because gunpowder seems to be a bit of a rare commodity at the moment, so all my gunpowder is stored in here, and it will probably be a situation where I sort myself out before I start setting it on. Well, it seems to have taken me like 2 days to manage to get this, and to be honest, I'm not really happy with it. I was going for trying to build a witch hut in, was getting close to a witch hut as possible. There's not enough variation in this build. It's too plain. There's too much of the same block being used, and anyway, this shouldn't be oak. This should be spruce. So I'm going to modify this, but I wouldn't mind just getting set up. Just for because I think there are things that I can sell that the community might be a bit short of. In particular, gunpowder. If I can actually get myself on some gunpowder, 1 diamond per stack. Ooh, that's all gone. Where's the gunpowder? So in particular, gunpowder. I'm pretty amazed actually that the glowstone's gone already, because I thought that was very overpriced. It's like 1 diamond per stack for a stack of dust. That seems like an awful lot to me. And redstone would be something else I think is going to be things, but sticks, sugar, healing potions might be okay. I don't know, but yeah. I think that build could be worked on a lot. I think we can do a lot more with that. Yeah, because I've been thinking about this. Even I put a blue soulfire campfire here, which is pretty nice because it does speed up killing of things. I've managed to get 1 potion of fire resistance, so I was expecting to get more fire resistant potions than that. But what I'm discovering, I think, with this witch farm is the witches just don't really seem to be falling. You can just see the top of their hats just here. They're not really getting knocked off by the hoglins as quickly as I expected. So I'm thinking about switching this design. So rather than having the zoglins, because at the moment, the theory is the zoglins hit down there, and then the witches get shooped up the chute, and then I kill them with sweeping, which also means that you know, if I'm kind of like mining trees or anything, I'm not getting witches accumulate there. I don't think. I think when I'm kind of like at the far end of that tree farm, it's too far away. So I'm going to switch the design up. The AFK platforms is in the right place. The AFK platform stays up there, but rather than having the witches shoot up there to be killed manually, I think given that we've got safe spec coming out soon and things like that, I'm going to switch this to a manual design, and I'll have the witches fall down into the ground, enough blocks to kill them, hop a minecart underneath, and we'll switch this out for the trapdoor, string, tripwire, hook design that Ilmango, I think, has originally designed that one. Okay, well, this switch form is pretty much done. There are a few things that I need to sort out. If I just fix it, I don't know. The unnamed witch. I don't know what we'll call her. Well, possibly we'll try. I mean, it needs to be made proof because we've got zombies and creepers and stuff. So we kind of like need to do some mob proofing down here. And I was kind of like digging the hole underneath because my intention is to send the witches 30 blocks straight down, where they'll smack their face and they'll have their drops picked up by a hopper minecart. Hopper minecart will come back up here, and the AFK platform will have to be even lower now, so we're going to have to move that again. And I'll have drops going on here. And I'll try and put in my storage room up there somewhere as well, so that kind of like when I'm in my storage room, the witch farm will be loaded. But I kind of stumbled across a big cave, and in order to kind of like dig out safely, I'm going to have to do some serious lighting, and I'm going to have to do some slabbing here as well to make this safe. Do you ever have one of those sleepless nights, kind of like where you kind of like dream about doing the redstone? The situation with powered rails has changed at some point since Ilmango designed this farm. So I've been replacing the rail track lines here with redstone dust because the rail doesn't seem to be working. It doesn't seem to be. I mean, it's activating this, but yeah, the pistons. I'm looking at this now and thinking, why is that not working? Let's try and swap it back for rail, see what happens. I've been kind of like tinkering with and toying around with. This is the well, it's not the original Ilmango design anymore because I've been tinkering with it. I switched the rails here for redstone dust because the rails didn't seem to be doing what they were supposed to be doing. And this is kind of like where I'm getting a bit confused now because I don't understand these. Yeah, this is being, what is that? Is the redstone pulse is coming down here and it's powering this. Would that power a rail in the same sort of fashion? Let's see if we can change this out. If we do this and we switch over to get some powered rails, powered rails. But I had to, before I made any alterations to this design, I mean, I could just re-download it again, it's not an issue or anything, but the whole point of these rails is that they need to be being activated by this pulse coming down here, and then all the observers see those. The observers that are down will fire into those repeaters, into those pistons, into that trapdoor, which will then fire. So periodically you'll see the ones where the observers are down will fire these, and the same on the other side. So if I switch this out for redstone for rail, it shouldn't change anything. They were originally rail, and it wasn't working. I can't remember why. Now that is getting powered by these observers coming down here. And you can kind of see it's still flashing red, so it's still getting powered. So this, similarly, should be able to be switched back without having the design changed. I think it's the top layer where I might be struggling a bit. And on this side, top one is getting powered by this block. And so those should be able to go completely. Okay. So that gets powered by there. Now, there's nothing powering. Oh, there's those repeaters. Okay. Okay. But now the floors aren't moving, and this is the issue I had, is that the floors weren't moving. So this observer here should be coming down, powering that repeater, powering that block and pushing that piston, and it's not, which would suggest to me it's a timings thing. Those are on 1 tick, so those are on 3 ticks. Why is this piston never getting pushed down? And that's the issue we had, wasn't it? Is that these sticky pistons are now never getting pushed up and down. That's why I switched it over for the redstone dust, because the rails now are not powering the blocks underneath. Sorry, this is kind of like, I was thinking about this, yesterday, and then I was like thinking about it in bed, and this is why I switched it out. So when I do this, it's the blocks underneath. So the bottom layer can actually stay as rails because I don't need to power the blocks underneath. So that can stay as rail, but then the top 2 layers are going to have to be dust. So I'm going to have to do dust on this layer here. And if I switch that over to dust like that, then I get that being switched over. And if I switch this over to dust as well, and this is where I thought, because I had thoughts. It's been known to happen. I have been known to think. That will power this line, so that will power those observers, so they'll be going up and down. Now these observers need to be going up and down because they are powered by this line of redstone dust up here. So I'm going to have to do something with the roof. I'm going to have to make it come out one. I'm going to have to change the roof, essentially, is what's going to go on here, which is a bit unfortunate. So similarly here, the bottom can stay as rail. This line can be changed into redstone dust, like so, and then there's a line of pistons above here which need to be powered. Let's see if I can break out of this by. Why did I do it over here? What did I use? White concrete. So those observers get powered by this white concrete. And it's going to get powered by observers facing how am I going to do it? It's the other way. They need to be facing. No, this is the right way. Like that. That goes. I don't know if that is right. Yeah, they're looking up. Okay, so let's take some of this more roof off. So this rail, So the signal goes from this rail here into this observer, into this block, into this repeater, into this block, which powers this. But it also needs to go up one line to power this line here. So over here, it is going to go up one more like that with a couple of repeaters and a bit of dust. Like that. And a piece of dust here. No. A piece of dust here. Yeah, like that. And here, like that. And the dust needs to go. We need the line of dust along that line. How do we do it on the other side? I'm just going to take this out so I can see more clearly what's going on. We had, yeah, 2 more observers. You just need observers looking at. Yeah, I'm making it too complicated. Get rid of this garbage. Boom, boom. Garbarigimasaur. We just need 2 observers over here facing down. Yeah, facing down. How do I make them face down? Like this? Like that. And then I can just do wire concrete over here, like that. I can cover that up with a redstone line, and everything should then work superbly. Apart from the fact that it's no longer spawn proof, so we're going to have to kind of like fill this bit in here, like this, boom, boom. We're going to have to fill this back in, boom, boom, boom. Please don't tell Omango that kind of like I've been tinkering with his designs, he'll get so angry. And we'll fill this in over here as well. Boom. Put one down. So let's see, F3N. So we've got a shifty floor here. We've got a shifty floor here. And we've got a shifty floor here. And then if we go into, and that's completely covered, so we should have complete and utter darkness. Oh, it's not. No, wrong mode. There we go. So we come down here like that. Again, like that. Like this. We find our little AFK platform, which is over here. And then when we stand on that and go into survive, well, we don't even need to go into survival mode, it works in creative. We've got witchy witch drops. Excellent. So that is now a fixed farm. I've got all the floor shifting? I believe so. Okay, this is pretty much done now. So I've managed to replace all of the golden rail, or what was golden rail in the farm design, with lines of redstone. So now, if a witch spawns, then the position on the floor flims and the witch might fall down. And I think every 4 or 5 ticks, the positions on the floor change as well. With the kill chamber, I've had this really good idea of using stalactites to kill witches. I think someone suggested, I think it might have been one of the city gang, one of the, I can't remember the name, I keep getting golden squid here, or glow squid, or whatever it is. It's quite nice. I have to see what I can do about a glow squid farm or something, because they're always spawning there. But like I say, we've got some bits of dust and stuff up here, and then up on this layer, if I can get up here without killing myself. I can do this, honestly. Hang on, just let me eat because I'm getting a bit worried about my health now. You should have been able to see kind of like the stalactites there, the stalagmites rather. Oh, a bit too far. But you get the idea anyway. That layer. So obviously underneath that layer, I need to put in rails and I'll put minecart. I might be struggling for the redstone to do with that, but it might be that I start to take down the this tree farm because I think we've got plenty of wood now. And then I will ship that up, and figure out where the new AFK platform is going to be. Not really so much an AFK platform, as I'm going to put my storage room up there. But I'm also thinking about having a squid farm, because if I'm looking around at this bit of water just here, I'm thinking it looks like a really nice area for a squid farm. Possibly underneath here, there looks like there's lots of blue, lots of river. So yeah, squid farm there. And then, yeah, good things. Okay, a little bit more progress has been made. I don't think I can actually get back down into the underground of my base. Oh, I should be able to actually. Yeah, so let me show you what's going on. If you look around here somewhere, there's a little bubbly water stream, and that should be throwing up all the drops from the witches. So obviously that needs to continue on, that needs to go up here to an AFK platform, which I need to work out the height for yet. I am thinking about witch heights. But what is going on, if I show you, down here in a hole in the ground, there's this really nice glow squid place. It's like, it's like about half the time, every time I come down here, there's kind of like a glow squid waiting at the bottom. I wonder if there'll be one here. And I've also managed to get an axolotl as well. Axolotl, is that right? Cutest predator, is that an axolotl? No, so there's no glow squid at the moment. But down here, I mind a bit too far because I had that good idea with the stalactites. Stalactites aren't quite as good as I imagined that they were going to be originally, and that is simply because there are drops are landing and they're a bit too high. So I might reach out to someone who's like Oz or Cal and see whether it's better to kind of like drop the witches a bit further, or whether just having a few drops will be working. But here you can see this kind of goes into a auto dropper thing. So essentially the minecart unloads, put things into this dropper. There's a dropper underneath this dropper, so when this dropper has things in, both droppers will start auto clicking, and the water stream goes off down that way. How many entities have I got loaded? Let's have a look. My entity count at the moment is 73. That's probably not good. I'm probably going to have to kind of like rejig this whole thing and move it down. I know that this platform wasn't quite low enough, but I think one more should just about do it. That's unfortunate. I was hoping that we could just kill with the stalactites there, but obviously not to be. And I think I have managed to get the next part of the build done. So if we look over here, we can see we've got the water stream shooting up on this cobblestone brick thingamajig. Water is shooting across here. I need to... that might be where all my drops are going, actually. Because it does seem a little bit slow, and I have noticed kind of like if you stood up here, then they just kind of like bounce in perpetuity up here rather than actually going to where they should be. So this needs kind of like a half slab roof on top of it, just to make it, and that will make it spawn proof as well, and then I won't get creeped unexpectedly. This is just temporary, but you can see I'm sorting out my sugar, I'm sorting out something else, who knows. But if you look underneath, you might be able to find out, or we might not, because I've just been, sugar, but all the drops, and then the last one, there's no torch in that one. That one I'm leaving blank as an overflow protection. Okay, it's now a good couple of days later. Yesterday I went to a zoo showcase thing with my kind of like nieces and nephews, which was really really good fun, and I have been spending a lot of time playing Civ 6 as well. But anyway, I've got problems. I've got problems here at the witch farm. I'm kind of like it would be my AFK platform. So you see, I'm kind of like reaching up. I'm saying, oh, the glowstone dust and everything. It's working. It's working well, but my concern is. Let's see if I can remember how to get back into this thing because it's been, several days. If we come down to... Oh no, and that's not spawn-proof either. I saw you there, Creeper. Where did he spawn then? He's on top of that piston. Let's sort that out quickly now. Because obviously we can't have him just sitting there spawning. It's not right at all. So he's on top of that piston there. I can hear zombies as well. So if we grab that, we have blocks, and then we should be able to grab this, and this will have a crafting bench in, so we'll be able to slab like that. And then I can put it there. Doesn't fix anything, and everything's working and sorted and magic now. Perfect. I can even put that little bit of stone back into the stone box. And we've got 2 gunpowder out of the deal as well. No, wrong. White box. The crafting bench goes into the white box. Like that. So, what I was saying was, if we come down to how we get into the farm, because originally most of the digging I think is done already, but we're going to have to kind of like do some shifting around. Because if we come down here, the kill floor at the moment I moved up because I didn't think about the stalactites until after I dug down this far. So the kill chamber is here, but as you can see, I'm getting drops not being picked up by the hopper minecart on the floor, so I'm going to have to kill them by full damage. So I need to go down a couple more layers on this floor. Gunpowder, thank you. And we're going to kill the drops, meaning that everything's going to be killed with 400. But when we drop the floor, it also means that we're going to have to drop down this this item unloader sorting here, and it also means we're going to have to drop the storage setup that I've got right at the top where all the drops are coming in at the moment. That also needs to be dropped down because the hard despawn at the moment is set to 96, I think. So I'm going to have to AFK a bit lower. And I'm just thinking about how that affects things. Because if and a lot depends on what the maximum thingy is as well. Like up here at the moment, this is going to have to come down. This is going to have to come down 10 or 20 blocks. So at the moment, we're standing on Y136. So we're going to have to come down to about Y100. And then the top of the actual witch hut is 71. Now I think you're only allowed about 30 blocks between minimum before things don't spawn because you're too close to them. So I'm just kind of like trying to figure out in my head the ranges of the various things that were allowed. So this floor at the moment is currently 34, so I'm going to dig out one more layer so that the lowest level I can see is 33. This layer is going to be the layer underneath. In fact, we could go down one more, couldn't we? Because the layer underneath this is going to be the half slab layer. Then underneath that, there's going to be the hopper minecart and the rails and everything like that. So the witches need a 29 block drop. So this is kind of like this layer down here is defined by the witches needing the 29 block drop. So the lowest the witch floor that above here is at 20 is at 62. The highest witch floor is at 68. So that means that the lowest part of where it's possible for me to AFK. We'll come up here. We could even mark this out. We might use some coloured wool or some coloured concrete or something to mark these areas out. We must. Oh, that's new. Hi. I wonder why that happened. Anyway, that whole structure is changing anyway, so that's not really an issue for us. What am I thinking? Think the thoughts. Come on, Shireen, you can do it. So if we come up here, we need to build a structure, and the kind of like the whole point of having a base, I would say, in any kind of like, it's going to be the storage room. The storage room, I would say, exists at the heart of a multiplayer server soul. Yeah, you need to have a decent storage room. So my storage room is going to have to be between, if I can land, my storage room is going to have to be between 92 and 129, which gives me quite a narrow range to do it. So I thought I would go for like the halfway mark. So somewhere between like 110 and 111ish. At the moment we're on 136, so I'm going to have to come down a bit. I might even leave this storage because this is not going to be my main storage. This is just for the witch drops. I'm going to drop this down a bit. So yeah, I'm going to rebuild the stuff at the bottom, and then I'm going to put the kind of like the start of a storage room and I'll probably use bottom slabs at Y110. And there's been quite significant changes happening. So if I just go into spectate, I'll just kind of like show you what's going on. So I've moved my kind of like my portal and my temporary storage. Again, this is temporary, but this is kind of going to be where the main storage is going to be. But the main storage is going to be a lot bigger than this. So this is kind of like the instantly correct Y level, and then the kind of like the drops are going in up here. I might leave that up here a bit. It's got a little bit of a wonky thing going on up there though. But the floor got moved. So the floor is now down here with the hopper minecart and the dropper unloading station, which comes up into here and shoots things out, and it goes into the auto storage and everything. But the most significant change, I would say, is the loss of the. I mean, I'm going to lose a few rates doing this, but it's going to be fine because the whole originally we had powered rails at the back of here, but the powered rails flashed with the observer or something like that. I can't remember quite how it worked. So in fact, this line of redstone doesn't even need to be there anymore. Essentially, what I'm trying to say is I've lost the string and the tripwire hooks that used to power the dispensers. It's now just shifting floor powered by a clock. The reason being is that witches stood in the middle would flip the tripwire hook, which would permanently power the thing. I can't remember. Let's see if I can get this right. Witches standing in here would flick the string, and that would permanently power the tripwire, which would make sure that the piston was permanently kind of like depressed, which would permanently shift the floor. So it wasn't flicking, it was permanently thinged. And I don't know whether that's because of the way the dusters and the rails changed working or what, but I've kind of like removed the string and the tripwires, so it's just now powered by a clock, and that is it. I have been mining. I've done an awful lot of mining. I have got an ender chest full of loads of things which I'm now going to unpack and put away. Having played a lot on single player, and knowing that other people on this server have also played a lot of single player, I'll bring us back to the opening question. What is it to cheat? In short, my opinion Cheating is anything that makes you feel like you're cheating, and it's different for each person. Personally, I like to use Spectate in my single player world, and if I had occasion to use a creative to save my world, for example, if the Wither escaped and I know I can take it down, I would do that. Yeah, I also play with keep inventory set to true so I don't lose my stuff when I die. Multiplayer is a bit different though. We all have to abide by the same set of rules if we're going to play together fairly. Even if you do something that you don't consider to be cheating in your single player world, you can't necessarily do it here. Yeah, you can't use Spectate to hunt for diamonds or ancient debris in the mining worlds. You can't open up any chest you see. Not all of the world is available for you to see and explore. When the moderators declare something illegitimate, it becomes so. Here, their word is law. So please don't argue, it's not up for debate. Mods are here to ensure that we all have a good time. Goodness, look at the time. To be honest, this is 2 weeks content that I've kind of like crammed down into 1 week because I didn't upload last week because I'm apparently terrible at keeping a schedule. We've got an awful lot done though. We've got, we've built up the shop in the shopping district. We've also gone through several iterations of the witch farm. We've done some mining, also off camera. I've done some end looting, and I have been doing a bit of work here at the public witch farm dig site. So I will hope to see you all. Oops, good lord, that could have been bad, couldn't it? I will hope to see you all next time. Take care. Bye bye. Bye bye.